Am I audible to you? ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the module 3 generally consists of two parts. ಎರಡು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಏನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಓದಿದ್ರಿ, 3 phase AC circuits ಇತ್ತು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ, ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ 3 phase AC circuit, ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ 3 phase ಪವರ್, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್. along with it there was a derivation which give a relation between the line and phase voltage. That is about part A. And part B ನಲ್ಲಿ measuring instruments ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, part B ನಲ್ಲಿ measuring instruments ಇದೆ. So the measuring instruments in terms of electrical engineering. So generally the instrument that is used to measure the electrical quantity are called as measuring instrument. In our daily life, now daily life ಅಲ್ಲಿ we use a thermometer. Thermometer ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? In order to measure the temperature of the body, we use thermometer. In the similar way, in order to measure the voltage, current, power, frequency, and inductance, capacitance, resistor, in order to measure all these quantities, we use some instruments, and those instruments are called as electrical measuring instruments. So which instrument is used to measure voltage? Voltage measure ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವ instrument use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? Which instrument is used?
We'll have one side that's loaded with bowlers and batters. And I think that's because the franchise is now being extended, spreads out the talent as well. I think KKR's strength actually is with
Mute your mic. So which instrument is used to measure voltmeter? Voltage, which instrument? ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಮೆಷರ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? ಕರೆಂಟಿಗೆ ಅಮ್ಮೀಟರ್. ಪವರ್ ಮೆಷರ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ, so we use in our home we use some instrument in order to measure the power consumed by us. ಯಾವ್ದದು? So I have given an activity to calculate tariff. So you will get an electricity bill by seeing which instrument? ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಸಿಟಿ ಬಿಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ? ಏನು ನೋಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ? ಯಾವ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್ ನ? So for the measurement of in order to get the power consumed in our home, we use a energy meter. Energy meter use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, where it will measure the power consumed by us. Power ಏನ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ it is a type of integrating instrument. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಮೆಷರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರುತ್ತೆ, and that will be taken in order to prepare the tariff for us. So in your syllabus you have dynamometer type watt meter, single phase induction type energy meter, digital multimeter ಮತ್ತೆ digital voltmeter ಅಂತ 4 ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ in this part. So watt meter ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Do you have any idea watt meter ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? So voltmeter is used to measure voltage, ammeter is used to measure current. Which instrument is used to measure power? Power measure ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? Watt meter. So in order to measure power, the instrument is used. That instrument is called as the watt meter. So the first one is the dynamometer type of watt meter. So this is a diagrammatic representation of a dynamometer type of watt meter. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಅ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್. ಇದು ಯಾವ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಮೇಲೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಹಿಯರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ಇನ್ ದ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ, ಎರಡು ಕಾಯಿಲ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಯಾವ್ದು ಕಾಯಿಲು? ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಕಾಯಿಲ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಯಿಲ್. ಸೊ ದೆರ್ ಆರ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಕಾಯಿಲ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಯಿಲ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ದೆರ್ ಆರ್ 2 ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಕಾಯಿಲ್ಸ್. ಎರಡು ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಕಾಯಿಲ್ ಇದೆ, In the center, the movable coil is placed. So it works on a principle that whenever the current carrying conductor is placed in the magnetic field, it experiences mechanical force. And due to that mechanical force, deflection of the conductor takes place. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ magnets ಆಗಿ field coil behave ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Current carrying conductor ಆಗಿ movable coil is acting. So here there are two coils. ಎರಡು coils ಇದೆ. ಒಂದು fixed coil ಮತ್ತೆ moving coil. ಎರಡು fixed coil ಇದೆ. In between that there is a moving coil placed. So this instrument works on a principle that whenever the current carrying conductor, so it acts as a current carrying conductor, whenever a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, it experiences some sort of mechanical force. Alva, we have discussed this in single phase power generation ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಏನಂದ್ರೆ whenever a coil is placed in a magnetic field, it experience some sort of mechanical force na experience ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. That is in the form of flux. That flux will produce as an induced EMF. In the similar way, when a movable coil, the movable coil is nothing but a current carrying coil, is placed in between the fixed coils, it experiences mechanical force. Our mechanical force ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, it will causes the deflection of the conductor. ಅದು deflection na cause ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Deflection ಅಂದ್ರೆ it is nothing but movement. So dynamometer type of wattmeter consists of two coils. They are the fixed ಮತ್ತೆ moving coil. And here you can observe the pointer. Pointer ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಇದು pointer. This pointer is connected to movable coil. ಏನಕ್ಕೆ pointer na movable coil connect ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ? What is the purpose? Why the pointer is connected to only movable coil?
To show deflection.
To show the deflection. And here the movable coil is which conductor, which type of conductor? It is a type of current carrying conductor. And here the fixed coil behaves as a magnet. So when a current carrying conductor is placed between a magnet, it experiences mechanical force. So because of that, the deflection of the pointer takes place. So when you observe the figure, you can see that the fixed coil is connected in series with the load. Andre fixed coil na series a connect ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ to the load. The fixed coil is connected in series with the load and this carries the current. ಅದು current na carry ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ, load ಗೆ. This will carry the current to the load and that current is called as IL. IL ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ let's call it as I2. So here the fixed coil is connected in series with the load and this coil carries the current, that is the load current, which is equal to the load current, which is equal to IL or I2. Next you can see the current coil. The current coil is connected across what? Current coil ಯಾವ್ದ್ರ across connect ಆಗಿದೆ? By observing figure you can say the current coil is connected across what? The current coil is connected across, current coil andre it is nothing but the movable coil. The movable coil is connected across the supply voltage. The fixed coil is connected across the load. The movable coil is connected across the supply voltage. So the fixed coil series connect ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ load ಗೆ. It will carry a current, that is IL. So that coil is called as current coil. ಅದನ್ನ current coil ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ the main purpose of using the measuring instrument, main purpose andre in order to find out the voltage, current and the power consumed by the load. Load alliro voltage, current ಮತ್ತೆ power ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ measure ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು measuring instruments ನ use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Since here the fixed coil is connected in series with the load and it will carry the load current IL, we call this fixed coil as the current coil. Similarly, here the movable coil is connected across the supply voltage, that is V. So, and it will carry the current. Adon current na carry ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, that is I2. It will carry a current I2. So we call it as a potential coil. As the movable coil is connected across the supply voltage, movable coil across the supply voltage connect ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ we call it as a potential coil ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆನಾ. ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಕಾಯಿಲ್ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಕಾಯಿಲ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ fixed coil is also called as
current coil,
Tejdeep. Tejdeep. Fixed coil is also called as what?
current coil,
Current coil. And why we call that as a current coil? As the fixed coil is connected in series with a load and it will carry the load current IL, we call it as a current coil, because the main purpose of using a measuring instrument is to determine the voltage and current and power in the load. So as the fixed coil is connected to the load, we call that as a current coil. And next, the movable coil is also called what?
potential coil,
Potential coil.
Potential coil. Why? Because they are connected across what?
load,
They are connected across what? Here V is what? V is no
voltmeter.
voltmeter. Voltmeter concept illa illi. Here V is the supply voltage. So V is the supply voltage and the movable coil is connected across the supply voltage. So we call it as what? Moving coil is also called as the potential coil. And here the moving coil carries the current I2. Moving coil one current na carry ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, that current is called as I2. ಇಲ್ಲಿ resistor na use ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Resistor is connected in series with a moving coil. What is the purpose of using resistor? Why we use resistor generally? Why we use resistor?
resist flow of current,
In order to limit the flow of current, we use a resistor. So here, in order to limit the flow of current I2, the resistor is connected in series with a movable coil. So as I2 is limited, here we can say that I2 is directly proportional to supply voltage. According to Ohm's law, V is equal to I into R. As R is employed here, we can say that the I2, that is the current through the movable coil, is directly proportional to the supply voltage V. So ನಾವೇನ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು, I2 is directly proportional to V ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. So it is a constructional feature of a dynamometer type of wattmeter. So it mainly consists of two coils ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು fixed coil, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು movable coil. Between fixed coil there is a movable coil to which the pointer is fixed. Movable coil ಗೆ pointer ನ fix ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. And here there are two fixed coils which are connected in series with the load. Errad fixed coil ಇದೆ, that is connected in series with the load and it will carry the load current. Load current na carry ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, so that coil is called as the current coil. And here the movable coil is connected across the supply. Movable coil na voltage across connect ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ and it will carry a current I2. It will carry a current I2. The I2 is limited by using a resistor which is connected in series with a movable coil. As movable coil is connected across the supply voltage, that coil is called as the potential coil. That coil is called as potential coil, and here the supply voltage V is directly proportional to the current through the movable coil, that is I2. So fixed coil is called current coil and the moving coil is called the potential coil. You have to remember these 2 points.